doing well on this wonderful Wednesday. Today we are continuing on with our October setup. We only have one more week to do, and then we will be on to November. And then once November is done and we start working on December is when I will set up the giveaway, and it will only cost you channel points to enter the giveaway, and you'll get an extra entry depending on what tier sub you are. So everyone is welcome to enter the giveaway. You just need to have lurked in the stream long enough, hung out long enough to have some channel points. And remember, I will need to post this to you, so you need to be okay with giving me a postal address. So don't enter if you're not comfortable with that. But I assure you I will do nothing but send you the journal if you are the winner. But let's get this done, shall we? October week number 5. And our boxes are 5.5 by 4. Five and a half. And then 4. And then how many days? So it's going to be a full week. I do apologize if you can hear the doggo. Unfortunately, it's my neighbor's dog. So there's not much I can do. That is our boxes sketched out. We don't need this one. And then we're outlining in black. Oh, and I need to do Night Ravens Origami Star. And there we are. It's our boxes all drawn out. And then we want number 2, number 3. Okay, so be Monday the 25th, Tuesday the 26th, Wednesday the 27th, Thursday the 28th, Friday 29th, Saturday 30th, and then Sunday the 31st. And now we need to sketch out. Hey, Dungeon Badger. It's nice to meet you too. How are you doing today? Welcome in. You're doing well. Stream hopping. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm good, thank you. I am good. We are just coming to the end of setting up this journal for October. And this journal is for next year, because once it's done, I'm going to be giving it away. So this is the last week of October that we're doing. And we're doing like a cute little pumpkin theme, kind of keeping it autumnal, just in case whoever wins this doesn't really celebrate Halloween. So then it's not super Halloween-y. I love spooky season too. Autumn is my absolute favourite time of year. How is your week going so far? We are due some more, another heat wave in the UK on the weekend. But this one's going to be very humid. So that's going to be kind of gross. Likewise, so far it goes well. A couple of days off work after working the weekend. Nice. Are you over in New Mexico? Oh, I bet. I love a good thunderstorm or a really heavy just rainstorm. So cozy. Yeah, unfortunately where I live in the UK, I'm down in like a valley, so we don't get like normal heat or normal weather. It tends to be very humid, very mid, like it's hot, it's a little bit wet, and like thunderstorms and stuff often kind of roll over us because we're too low. We wish you get to travel to the UK. It's Ireland. Ireland is a gorgeous place. And Scotland. I'm hoping my dream one day is to move to Scotland. You're from Scotland? That's amazing. My dream home. You're in Glasgow? I think my plan, this is kind of just as a general look, things will change, but either it won't be in a main city, but like somewhere between like Glasgow or Edinburgh, in between like Edinburgh and Inverness kind of vibes. So that would be amazing. Yeah, I would love to move to a different country, but with my health and stuff, it's not super feasible. Maybe one day. I'm trying to move. It's beautiful in the neck of the woods. Scotland is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's always nice to dream, yeah. I do apologise. Oh my gosh, she's getting loud. I do apologise for the doggo noises. My neighbours have a very barky dog. But my dream is to move somewhere where the neighbours are fairly far apart. It's a Thomas Raid. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, a cup of Chris. Hey Thomas. I was nagging in one of your streams the other day. You have an epic mustache. Epic mustache. How are you doing? How was your stream? Guys, if you don't already follow Thomas, they do super cozy, very, very good ASMR. If you enjoy my streams, you'll enjoy theirs. Welcome in. I hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Would you like to pick a color? We played Delta. Oh, that's exciting. How was it? It would be Montana. Space between neighbours is very nice. Yeah, I would love to be able to do outdoor streams. Green, 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 green. Would you like a minty green, a dark green, or a lime green? Oh, nice. A good reasons to live somewhere. Yeah, I played mint green. I was playing some World of Warcraft on Monday. Super cozy. And I need to do Night Raven's start as well, so I'll do that at the same time. Order Alliance, I play both. I'm currently doing an Alliance Warlock playthrough where we read all of the quests because we are all very, very guilty of never reading quests, and I wanted to do a lore run, and then once we've gotten to a decent place on that, I'm gonna do the exact same on the Horde side. So my plan is, because we're doing a human and there's already been a lot of mentions, don't worry, I'm the same, Dungeon Badger, I am the same. I have never read a quest in my life, which is why I'm doing the playthrough. You lived in Arizona for 5 years, just moved to California in March, much greener. And on the human side, there's been many mentions of like Lord Rhyme and things, and I really want to see if it kind of matches up on the undead side. So eventually we will switch to a Horde playthrough as well. What other games do you guys play? Yeah, out of the classic race options, undead is always my go-to. You're in San Diego now, it's only a 6-hour drive from Phoenix. Ooh. You're a D&D nerd. Same. I play in 2 campaigns at the moment. I actually had a group of friends in the ASMR community who played 2. You don't play games often, but when you do, it's American Truck Simulator or Drawful with your family. That's still fun. I've got a truck simulator game, but I mostly play like The Sims, Animal Crossing, Stardew. I've bought Paralives because that looks amazing. There is our Thomas Star. You saw my tiefling? Yes, that was, my tiefling was from my second ever campaign. She was called Lilith, and she was a warlock rogue. Hey Mike, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Nice living. My pleasure, Thomas. Thank you so much for the raid again. I really appreciate you sharing your community with me. And then in my third campaign, I played a Divine Soul Sorcerer, and then now I am currently in my 2 campaigns. I'm playing a drow, a cleric, Tempest Domain, and I'm playing a druid Circle of Stars, who is an Eladrin. Alright, it was mixed rain, 21 degrees. Yeah, it was kind of the same here yesterday. It was... Oh, I've lost track of my folds. Yesterday was rain, sun, rain, sun, rain, sun. And then we're supposed to be getting a really muggy heat wave by the weekend, which means I will have a perpetual headache while it's humid, unfortunately. What do you play, Dungeon Badger? What's your favourite class and race? Maybe Montana could be the next home. And then this is just the star I.O. Night Raven from the last stream. There we go. A little Night Raven star. Oh yeah. Oh, you're playing Curse of Strahd. I've got to say, I don't agree with Wizards of the Coast's versions of vampires. More in terms of the running water mechanic, which is super dumb. But you jump around glass-wise. Like, I adore my spells, so I am always some sort of spellcaster. You did a version that built on the original. Yeah, like I think, it's super tricky. Like, some of the really new stuff is amazing, like the 5.5e. I hate what D&D Beyond are doing with their services though. I will be cancelling my subscription. But some of it's insanely too OP. And then the main thing I enjoy is the backgrounds. They're really cool. Those great streamers, great ASMR. I have found that people in the ASMR community a little more. I love the people from the ASMR community, whether they're streamers or viewers. I started streaming in 2017 and I was doing games and art streams, and the amount of trolling viewers or other streamers that kind of looked down on smaller streamers, there's a much more toxic atmosphere. But since coming back to streaming last year and doing ASMR, everyone is so kind and so helpful, and there's a much larger sense of community than there ever was in like the gaming or art side of things. Yeah, I run in those circles as well. Or if you like Chloe and Floral Ember, you'll also enjoy Ruby. She's on holiday at the moment, but she'll be back soon. It's because of Ruby that I stream. But Ruby does amazing ASMR, sound baths, and things. Oh, I need to rub out my pencil lines. Yeah, she's a good friend of mine. A very good friend of mine. Same. Because yeah, I was one of Ruby's original mods. And thanks to her, I started streaming. And with her encouragement, I came back to streaming. But yeah, she's one of the most genuine, lovely people I've had the pleasure of meeting. And now I get to call my friend Green Toasty is the reason. Oh wow, started as a joke. I'm so glad that turned into something though. See, this is what I mean. The ASMR community is where it's at. Ultraman, yes I did. It was about time for a name change. So I have ascended from my mortal wolf form and have become a mystical fae creature. How are you doing, Ultraman? You're good, I'm glad. So I love spooky season. It's my favourite holiday. Cuddling up. The weather's getting colder. Autumn's fully coming in. Being able to light the log burner. Cozy up and watch some horror films. It's just the start of cozy season. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. What about you, Badger? Or anyone else, what is your favourite season? And why? You're probably one of the few people who understand. You have to play Wrath soundtrack? Yes. I wish we had proper snow where I lived, because we just don't. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in, Cup of Chris. I hope you're good. So for me, for Halloween and Christmas, I have to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. And any other like seasonal games. So like The Sims. And I guess now like Paralives. There's just certain things you have to do, like seasonal games, to enhance that cozy vibe. I wonder when because on the anniversary service, at the moment we're on the Burning Crusade. So I wonder when they're gonna move into Wrath of the Lich King. I would imagine around November. Maybe? Although, no, it wouldn't be, because we got Burning Crusade in February? End of January, start of February, we got Burning Crusade. I don't know when they'll move to Wrath of the Lich King. I think he loves spooky season, it brings out the best mood in people. The colours, yes. Look at you will appreciate the September setup. It's all watercolour leaves. Like the muted browns, greens, the reds, the oranges. It's the best colour palette. I don't know if we'll get a remix. Yeah, September, October. Definitely the best time of year. You're a summer baby as far as birthdays are concerned. Yeah, definitely. Hey, pigeon. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, my birthday's in January. towards the end. I don't mind my birthday being in January. It's still fairly fitting for me. But like, I would love in the future, like if I was gonna get married or something, a kind of autumnal spooky season kind of wedding and stuff. Yeah, it would just be all the autumnal colours, and if you could time it right, admittedly right now with the weird climate change weather and everything we're having, it would be hard to time, but time it just as all the leaves are turning, so you could get photos with all the autumn leaves like swirling around you and stuff. And that would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. You want a witchy wedding? Yes, same. Like witchy, with maybe like a little Viking twist to it, like having a hog roast or something. And I think I want wedding swords. I think that would be really awesome. Still do wedding rings, obviously, but that would be nice. Yeah. Like one of those big, like canvas tents out in the woods with fairy lights and loads of sheer draped fabric. Yeah, like a Ren Fair vibe. Or my other thought is, you know those like masquerade balls? Like in an old, like Victorian medieval castle, and getting everyone to dress up to the nines and having kind of a masquerade ball type thing. I think that would also be amazing. Dungeon Badger! Thank you so much for the sub. Oh no, I hate the hats, they drive me mad. I was saying like all like a masquerade ball vibe in a really old Victorian castle, and have everyone dressed to the nines. And wear like a proper ball gown and stuff. Dungeon Badger, thank you so much for the sub. Would you do me the honour of picking a colour, and we will do you a star. No, I wouldn't want a traditional wedding either. Like, I don't want to get married in a church. I don't want religion tied to it. Although I wouldn't mind, instead of like the traditional vows and stuff, doing a knot fastening kind of ceremony instead, which is very pagan. Oh my gosh, there's a hype train incoming. But yeah, I think one of the knot fastening ceremonies would be really nice and a lot more meaningful and very, very traditional. You were working for a hot minute, you had no desire to follow in their footsteps. Yeah, because I don't really class myself as Wiccan, pagan. I definitely follow a spiritual practice, but it's more of a loose spiritual practice. Like, I love my tarot cards, my crystals, kind of the general kind of spiritual vibe, but I wouldn't necessarily kind of put myself into Wiccan or paganism or big into tarot. I'm still learning at the moment, and I use a lot of oracle cards because they're what I started with. So I'm still learning, still reading from the little book, and then kind of intuitively reading from there. Your mum's pretty Buddhist, but she's open. So you brought home a tarot deck, she's like, oh, that's cool. 6 months later she had 30 decks. Yeah, I inherited my mum's tarot deck, some runes. That is your star, Dungeon Magic. Thank you again so much for the sub, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Dungeon Badger. Oops. God, I'm knocking everything over. You always come to your stream when you're under sleep. Oh, beast. I hope you can at least get some rest. And I hope you're doing well, even though you're sleep deprived. Before I do that, let's do really want to try and grow pumpkins at some point. Oh, that's a good one. Favorite costume or cosplay? I haven't dressed up in a long time around Halloween. I will say I really enjoyed the ASMR video I did for Halloween last year, where it was kind of roleplay-esque, because I have kind of a life-size skeleton called Skelly Bob, and I put him in my chair and did some ASMR and called it Let Me Relax Your Bones, and I really enjoyed doing that. I don't think the video did that well, but I enjoyed it. And one year I did a gothic unicorn. Oh, that was really fun to do. I did a gothic unicorn. And then what else have I done? Like standard witch. I've done in my, early 20s, the Ann Summers pirate. Yeah, because I worked at a bar at the time. I also had a Captain Morgan's pirate hat. I think I've still got my old costumes in the attic as well. Oh my god. Oh dear. Mike, I'm sorry. Mike, I see your message. I know, I need to update my band words. So all of my band words and stuff are mostly done back in like 2017, 2018. And a very common troll thing back then was people coming in and going, hey, show us your tits, your bobs, your tatas, like vagine and all of that. So any variation of boob had to get put on a banned list. I will change that because we're in a more adult space. Oh yeah, the trolling was awful back then. Absolutely awful. One of my first experiences was very similar to, I guess, follow botting. A bunch of people or one person made a bunch of accounts with verging on racist names. Because streamers always say, oh, hey, so-and-so, thank you for the follow. And they were trying to bait streamers into saying racist things. Like someone came in and say, hey, can you say happy birthday to my friend Nick with a certain surname? When you say it all together, it says the N-word. And people were very obsessed with bobs and vagines. I'm not sure why. It just was. Yeah, thankfully I've never been hate raided, touch wood, or bot followed yet. But this is for anyone. Make sure you have shield mode set up on Twitch now. It never used to exist. And if you use anything like Stream Elements for notifications like I do, then have a scene where there are no notifications, whether it's a BRB screen or just a technical difficulties screen or something, so that you can then press your shield mode button, which you can then just make it emote only chat, make it sub only or follow only for X amount of time, and then switch to a scene that has no alerts, and then continue as normal. That is the best way to do it. I know, like, say I am quite prepared, and in the moment I will probably be like, oh, what's happening, and panic. But I have a button on my stream deck, I have a button on my dashboard, and I'll work it out. Always have a panic button. It literally derailed what we were doing, yeah. It's childish people that have nothing better to do in their life than try and ruin someone's day. It's no different than like your bullies in high school or secondary school, or primary school. There are just shit people on the internet. I remember one raid I got. I was so blessed. I was streaming this again. This was back in like 2018, 2019. I was streaming Conan, and me being a little old affiliate at the time, I got raided by Funcom after they'd done a Conan stream, and then they gave me some expansion pack keys to give away. They were super lovely, and they came and raided little old me with like 5 to 10 viewers with 400 people, and the majority of people that came in on that raid were lovely. And then once it kind of died down and people that were lurking had come back, the response straight away was, well, who did you sleep with to get this raid? And I'm like, excuse me? I did nothing but exist on the internet, and I was lucky enough to be graced with a very generous raid. And automatically, because I'm female, who did you sleep with to get this raid? It's like, really? There's no need to be that childish about it, but fine. Yeah, people suck. it's literally just a case of block and carry on. Those kinds of people are not worth your time. They're not worth your energy. Completely random, but you don't suppose you have. No. You just can't station there. No. Where is that? Iriswell, Lake and Heath. Sometimes the principles enough to make you doubt and pause. Oh, yeah, like, I've gone through many phases of dealing with trolls. I went through the kind of deer in the headlights moment. Then I kind of switched tactics. Again, this was 2017, 2018. To being very snarky back at them, which doesn't solve anything. It was kind of fun, trolling the trolls. But now it's literally ignore, block. I'm chronically ill and disabled. You are not worth my peace. You are not worth my spoons. Bye bye. Northwest of Cambridge. Oh no. I am more southwest. But yeah, I've got no qualms if someone wants to stir up some shit. Whether they've been a long time viewer or they're new. No, bye bye. No shit causing over here. Be gone. First up, we need to activate our watercolors. You saw him live? Oh, that's amazing. Was it good? Mm-hmm. He really is. Okay. Then we need to add water. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. Actually, I might just do one big one in the middle. I'm kind of just mostly going to be using one colour for the idea I have. And we need plenty of water. Let's grab a brush. I haven't been to a live anything in years. want to give this a little bit of a purple hue. I'll just add a little bit of red. Need a bit of paper. Give me the paper. There we are. So imagine this is too light at the moment, yeah. I think what the last concert I went to was. I don't really go out very much anymore. I do not have the spoons. Luckily I went and I saw quite a few bands live when I was younger because I went to like Download, Sonosphere. Yes, that's the colour we want. Maybe just a hint of purple. Oh, I used to love going to festivals and stuff. I absolutely used to love it. A little bit more. And then I think the last proper, just like indoor concert I went to was Slipknot. I think it was Slipknot, Korn, and a band opening that I think was called King 810. Maybe? Well, that was their song that I knew. But I've seen well, in theory, it's a genetic condition that I have. I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome with a sprinkling of fibromyalgia, some chronic fatigue syndrome, some POTS, and it gets worse with age. So the pain that I was in when I was younger wasn't really anything of note. Well, I didn't think it was. Because my mum had it, but she didn't know she had it. So any pain I felt was deemed as normal, growing pains. You know, maybe try and lose some weight. I wasn't a overweight teenager or in my early 20s. You also have POTS and inappropriate sinus tie. I didn't actually know what was wrong with me until, well, confirmed by a doctor. Until about 4 years ago, because I kept getting fobbed off with lose some weight, and I'm like, I've been underweight because my doctors when I was younger were like, nah, your BMI is too high, you're obese, blah 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 blah. BMIs are bullshit. I was born to be curvy, and that is that. Because I've been underweight and malnourished, and that did not help. So they can get back in their boxes. But it more so over the last 6 years, it's progressively got worse and worse each year. Yeah, your tests are normal, you're fine. Lose some weight, maybe it's stress, maybe you're anxious, maybe you're depressed. Fucking doctors. And it's just, I finally find she still has her flaws, but she's a good doctor, she listens. But she only works every Friday. But yeah, over the last 6 years, kind of each year, my health has taken a dip. My health is very much up and down throughout the year anyway. Because, so take this year for example, with the whiplash weather we've been getting, so it's like super hot one minute, cold, wet and rainy the next. It's all done with atmospheric pressure, and those drastic changes send me into a flare-up. So like we'll spend a week doing one type of weather, and by the end of it I'm kind of like, okay, we're easing out of it, and then the weather changes again. You had to pay 5k, oh my god, to get some treatment. Does it ever feel like your birthday or there after suddenly wake up? Mine tends to happen as we go from summer to winter. So I flare up massively when it's hot. So because it's a connective tissue issue and my muscles are struggling to hold my bones together, basically in the summer where it's hot all the time, heat relaxes muscles, which is bad to a certain extent for me. So then I'm just in more pain. And then when we come out of summer, and then I start to re-find my baseline's generally worse. So you being a summer baby, it might be that, rather than your actual birthday. Because it's more the time of year for me. You hadn't thought about it that way? Yeah, it's a weird thing, like atmospheric pressure affects people a lot more than they realise, because it's not something that's tracked commonly on weather apps or anything like that. So people don't realise it's actually quite a large factor in why you end up feeling so crappy. Yeah, bodies are strange. 100%. It's not quite dark enough. So I'm going to add a little bit more pigment. Because for example, when it gets humid, for me, I have a perpetual headache. And regardless of whether I'm in an air-conditioned room and I'm unaware of how muggy or warm it is outside, I will just have a headache regardless until the mugginess goes away. Humidity fucks me. Even losing a ton of weight this year, I think my own birthday unit might be any new attributes. Fingers crossed. I will keep everything crossed for you. You don't mind the heat, but dear Lord, you'd much rather be cold. Same. But yeah, I just have massive heat intolerance. Unfortunately, my body is not a fan. Because I will also get heat stroke within, heat stroke, heat exhaustion within half an hour of being too hot. And then it'll just send me into a flare-up. Whereas in the winter, I can sit with my heat packs, my hot water bottles, and I can climate control my own body. So I don't flare up as much in the winter because it's easier to control things that would flare me up. I am going to make this dry. I'm going to mute. So 2 seconds. 54 degrees. I would have died. My gosh. That's I was going to say an extortionate temperature. Extravagant temperature. That's so bad. But yeah, like the heat. If you've got any kind of underlying issues, just fucks with you. I would like it to be a little bit darker. You walked off the plane, I was like, what have I done? So that moment of what new hell is this? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I need to make this a bit darker. Because if I do too many layers, it will start to bleed through the paper because this is not watercolor paper. So let's try and adjust. You believe those words are the actual original troops. Yeah, because like in different countries heat hits differently as well. because like the UK heat is just a disgusting heat, and we're not equipped to deal with the heat. Like our houses are made to keep heat in, and barely any shops have aircon. And then like you'll go somewhere like Italy or France or even, you know, some places in the States where the heat is drier and it's hotter, but it doesn't feel hotter. Humidity is awful, yeah. The sun is slapping you in the face, also not great. God. Yeah, sun does get everywhere. That's part of the reason why I want to move to Scotland, because where I am in a valley we get kind of the worst humid, unbreathable temperatures. Yeah, see, I went to Sorrento years ago with my mum, and apart from one day when I had a migraine, the heat was actually quite bearable, even though it was much hotter than it was back in the UK, but it was so much more survivable. When you were 17 with your choir, it was exactly that, survivable, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did roam when I was little as well. When I say little, 12. I was 12. I will say I've never had pizza that was anywhere near as good, or pasta, or, you know, any Italian meal that beat what I ate when I was in Italy. Like, oh, their pizza and their pasta and their ice cream or gelato. Oh, chef's kiss. The pasta and the pizza, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing that comes close to it. At all. Like, even your Italian restaurants that are like, oh yes, we're authentic Italian. No, it's not the same. It is not the same. Because there's one food chain here called Zzz's, and they put so much oil on everything, whether it's pizza, pasta, like garlic bread, and even like their tiramisu was weird. It was like the ladyfinger sponges had just been soaked in water rather than in like a coffee liqueur. And it's like, really, really, like it's nice, but it's oily. And where's the flavour? Yeah, it's just, no restaurant will ever beat eating Italian food in Italy. Ever. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I'd love to go back. I think I'd happily go to Sorrento again, because it's a little bit less touristy than Rome, and you're close enough that you can we did like a day trip to Pompeii and to Vesuvius and the hotel that we stayed at. Looking out of the window on the balcony, there was just Vesuvius, and it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's grab my little bit of paper. Thank you, Badger. Okay, there we go. I'm going for like a night sky kind of vibe with this one. No, of course not. Of course not. I am more than happy to chill and chat. November. No, I'm more than happy. It's the whole reason I stream is to be able to chill and chat. looking at the stars. Like anywhere, like I would love one day, when I can afford a telescope and we can do outdoor streams. When I live in Scotland, you know, I would love to be able to get a telescope that could stream to, like, send the feed to a computer and then stream it, like when there's a meteor shower or anything like that. That's not my super small one. Yeah. Like I have so many things that I would love to do. And one day these things will happen. But for the time being, we can just make pretty things. You know, at the night shift and sometimes get nightly NVGs. So you can go in dark places and look at the stars. That's amazing. Because sometimes, not always, in my garden, it was especially clear during COVID because pollution was a lot less. I was able to go out in my garden and see the stars. Fireside chats. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. How are you? How was your stream? Welcome in, everyone. How is everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, everyone. Oh, were they gaming? Or what were you playing? And also, could you pick a color for me? Pick a color. All the colors. It's lovely to meet you too. Welcome in. How was your stream? If you need to raid and run, I completely understand. The purple. This one. Oh, it was lovely. I'm glad. Let's take your purple. Welcome in, everyone. And thank you so much for sharing your community with me and choosing to raid. I am Violet. I was once a violet wolf, but I have ascended my mortal form and have become a fey creature. I changed my name. I do traditional ASMR, art and journal ASMR, gaming ASMR, and anyone who subs or raids resubs gets a little origami star. Hey Dexy, how are you doing? And so I can have a little jar of all of the stars in chat. If you have any questions at all, do feel free to ask. We don't gatekeep over here. I am currently working on a journal for 2027, and we are just starting November, and I will be giving away this journal, Withering Waves. Ooh. What kind of game is that? I can't say I've heard of that one. Crossover. So once we're done with November, I'll be setting up the giveaway, and the giveaway only costs channel points. There'll be one entry per person, and if you are subscribed, you will get additional entries depending on your tier. But it will not be a paid giveaway in any way. There we go. We have our fireside chat star. Thank you so much again for sharing your community with me and trusting me to keep them safe. Join the other stars. Another moment, just so everyone knows, I have recently changed my schedule. So I used to stream later in the day, but with summer being here, I have started streaming earlier. Guaranteed streams are every Monday and Wednesday, starting at 10:30 AM BST, with the possibility of extra streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at the same time. This week there will not be a stream tomorrow because I need to record some ASMR videos for YouTube. But next week I will try and do my best to do 4 streams to make up for it. So every Monday and Wednesday is guaranteed, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays are possible bonus streams. And thank you so much for the follows. Welcome in. I did change my channel name, Killy. How are you doing? I'm leaving? No. I am going nowhere. No, it just means Tuesdays and Thursdays are bonus streams. So if I'm able to, I will stream extra on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This week I am not able to. It's all good. It's all good. No, in PPEG sense, capturing stars would be seen as a type. Careful, jar. Well, once we fill the jar, then we get a bigger jar or a second jar. And we'll just get more jars. We will get more jars. Now you guys are stuck with me for as long as you'll have me. I've just had an ever so slight rebrand from going from Violet Wolf to Violet Fae, and I'm streaming in the mornings rather than the afternoons, collecting a jar of hearts. I'm always trying to think of ways to give back, so if there's enough interest in this journal when it comes to the giveaway, then I will make one again for the year after, and then we'll do like a yearly giveaway of a journal each year. Oh, we have a doggo. Right, just wait for the pen to dry. Let's have a hydrate. And also, when we're doing traditional ASMR streams, the trigger redeems will be cheaper. Will be cheaper. Are we try yet? No. So, one of the big topics today, what is everyone's favorite season? Are you a summer person? Rude. A summer person or a winter person? Or a autumnal person? Right, where's my phone? Let's look up the calendar for November 2027. No worries, extension badger, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Discord is the best place if you do want to get notified if I cancel streams or move streams, for video notifications and all of that magical jazz. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, that are 5 weeks in November. Where's my pencil? There it is. You usually are very late / early for me. Oh, that's nice. That's awesome, Dungeon. The schedules should line up quite nicely. Zesty Nova, welcome in. I hope you're doing good today. Thank you for redeeming your daily crystal. So we're gonna do a 6x6 grid for our calendar. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you want 4 columns on this side with 5 rows. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll just lightly draw in our rows and our columns. And then on this side, we'll do 3 rows or 3 columns. Hey Siggy, this is a simplified bullet journal for 2027 because I'm going to be giving it away once it's done. And we have just started working on November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I mean by simplified is all in one journal. I have got basic yearly setups, we have our future log, 2027 goals, a couple of yearly pixel trackers, a to read, watch or listen to page, and then a spare page, and then each month has a different theme or colour. They all have a calendar, a month at a glance page to put birthdays, appointments, to-do lists, and then trackers for the month if you so wish to use them, and then a page per week. And each month is the same. Thank you, Dungeon Badger. Because I also have my own personal channel that I record for YouTube. Which is here, which is laid out ever so slightly differently. And is a bit of a thicker boy. So I don't have any I don't have any yearly setups in here. I have those in a separate journal. And then I have the month, the calendar. I have the month at a glance, and then a to-do list, then my trackers, and then I have a content schedule, and then I have a double page per week. Yes, I did. So I have recently changed up ever so slightly. I've moved my trackers next to the month at a glance page. So then I have a double page for content to-dos, and then my content schedule. And this is this month. And then I need to record next month. I'll do that next week. Yeah, I sometimes do very simple setups or slightly more complicated setups. And on this day we hit Twitch Partner. And then I have a bigger notebook where I keep all of my yearly setups. I've put them in a separate journal because I'm going to have to, for next month, switch into a new journal, because the way I do my setups, it fits 6 months plus a touch, and then I don't have to reset up my yearly bits. So currently in here there is 2025, and this year that is 2026. So we have years at a glance, future log, and I have big to-do lists because I'm very slowly renovating the house. I scrapped the bills and utilities. Then I have an income tracker, a social media tracker, and then it's the same also for 2026. But the main thing I use this for is to track my symptoms. So my doctor finds this very useful. I track my symptoms, my mood, my period, which actually allowed me to work out. I will always flare up and get a migraine the week leading up to my time of the month. My medication, a pain scale with a pain tracker, so that don't diminish my own pain, because just because I'm used to it does not mean it doesn't hurt. Headaches and migraines, fatigue and exhaustion. And this one's pretty much the same. It's just purple. And I'm using the Cosy pain scale, which is insanely helpful. So if you do suffer with chronic pain in any way, having a pain tracker and a pain scale like this that you can show to your doctor is very, very validating and helps them and you actually visualize how much pain you're in. Hey, Bastard. How are you doing? I do have a chat in Discord that has some journaling resources. If you want me to put in there or want me to remind you what the pain scale is, just at me in Discord and then I can link you to it. Thank you, Zesty. I have to use a journal and the trackers because my brain fog can get incredibly bad. You know, I don't know, sometimes I forget what day it is. I lose words. I would forget so much if I did not journal. And I would probably get nothing done. Thank you so much, Bastard. I'm glad you're feeling fantastic. And you're having a good morning. I'm good, thank you. I sometimes do, not so much. I will journal my goals and things like that, but I don't really journal in the sense of getting my emotions out. Like, I have been in therapy. I did CBD therapy for a while. I didn't find it all that useful. But I can intellectualize my feelings enough on my own. But I just don't find journaling all that useful because I will just forget about it. Whereas if it's symptoms and stuff, and I have to do it for my doctor and so on and so forth, it keeps me on top of it. Yes, I have spoken to the doctor about brain fog. It stems from a mix of my hypermobile elastano syndrome, my chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, and because my body is in constant pain and never in a full state of rest, if I am having a high fatigue day, it means I'm having a bad brain fog day. I am also ADHD. So I've got a nice jar or bucket of problems. But yeah. You have brain dump journals? Yes, brain dumping is really good. I used to do that. So yeah, zesty. Brain dumps are amazing if you get overwhelmed and there's just too much going on. Problems. Fixes. Yeah, my little genetic mutations. Brain dumps are good if you feel overwhelmed with the amount of tasks you need to do. I love making lists, which is my own version of brain dumping. I will write a list of what needs to get done, get it out of my brain on paper, and then I will make an additional list of everything that has to get done. So, doing clothes washing, doing the dishwasher so I can then cook dinner, like things that to make other things possible have to get done, go on that list. Then optional things go on a different list. Then all of a sudden it's okay. Or then if you need a fun list, add a third to the equation. Because then if you tick one off the must do, and then tick one off the fun list or the I would like to list, and then it's like a little reward system. You do something you have to do, and then you can reward yourself with something you want to do. You powering through a lot? Yeah, I do. Dungeon Badger, thank you so much for the 200 biddies. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. You love making lists. They do derive from brain dumps, yeah. Like if I'm ever going anywhere, I have to make a list of everything I need. Then I need to lay everything out before it's packed. Double check the list, and then as I pack it, I tick it off the list. Thank you so much. I have 2 Dungeon Badger. I have 2. But yeah, I do end up powering through a lot of fatigue sometimes, which is not advisable. Don't do it. But sometimes stuff does just have to get done, so you don't have a choice but to power through. And I have started allowing myself horizontal time. So after I do something that I don't really have the spoons for, like showering, or yesterday I went out and did a little bit of de-weeding in the garden and planted a snack cucumber plant in my raised beds. It needed to be done or the plant was gonna die, and it was something I wanted to do. So then I spent an hour fully horizontal doom scrolling, and yes, I was still exhausted for the rest of the day, and my fatigue is higher today, but it's not as high as it would have been, and I'm not in as much pain as I would have been if I hadn't had horizontal time. So allow yourselves horizontal time. Rest is productive. That's something I have to remind myself a lot. You cannot do what you want to do, whether it's a have to or a want to, if you don't rest. We must rest. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey Jelly. Just want to say you're very grateful for my YouTube videos. Oh, Jelly. That means a lot. I'm glad you enjoy the videos as well. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And to be honest, any support on YouTube, I massively appreciate. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you're good. Because if you ever wonder, like, how to support streamers, content creators, or anything money free, a lot of people don't talk about this as much as they should. YouTube has a big thing on watch time. So if you can stick a playlist of something of theirs on in the background, even if you walk away from it, watch hours are huge on YouTube, and it's free, but it massively helps out any content creator. Just take them on a relax. I really appreciate that, Jelly. Thank you. So I aim to be able to create either live streams or videos you can just rest and breathe for a moment. Whether it's an ASMR video, a journal video, or a gaming video. Because I often enjoy having someone playing the game I'm playing on next to me. Kind of like body doubling, especially if I'm playing a solo game. I enjoy that. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, there are so many free ways to support streamers. I know a lot of streamers and content creators push other things, which is understandable. Yeah. I play a lot of games. Oh, what might I like? I might like you. What do you do? Do tell. Give me your best pitch. I'll just be very warned. Not every streamer is happy with people mentioning their content in their channel. I don't mind so much as long as you're not popping and going, hey, I'm streaming. Bye. That's rude. Don't do that. You were talking to Toasty the other day. She asked how you landed on ASMR. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Doing this fills my cup so much. Give me a pitch. Come on. Oh, you're just a gamer and you love making game with friends. Me too. I'm definitely more in the cozy, chill gamer vibe. I do enjoy my survival games. So I've just started replaying Subnautica. I used to play a lot of Ark, Conan. I do still play a lot of WoW. Stardew Valley, Minecraft, Animal Crossing. Although I have not touched Animal Crossing for a while. Right. Let's try and get this page done. I'm getting wonderfully distracted. Right. Cayenne peppers. JRPGs. What's a JRPG? Am I having a dumb moment? Oh, Japanese. Final Fantasy or Persona. I tried so hard to get into Final Fantasy when I was younger. My friends ranted and raved about it. And I couldn't do it. Sci-fi. What do you mean by sci-fi? I do love a good puzzle game though. I do love a good puzzle game. Oh, Outer Wilds. I think I own Outer Wilds. I haven't played it. I have watched, I believe, Neves Gaming play it. And it looked really good. Your favourite game of all time? You've never had such an emotional reaction to a game. Oh wow. Yeah, I haven't played that one yet. Like, unfortunately, I don't play as many new games as I would like because I need to have a certain number of spoons to play something new that I haven't played before. So I do often just go back to my tried and tested where I don't really have to use as many brain cells. But in a good way. Good, I'm glad. Because that was one thing, like when I started playing Stardew Valley, I didn't realise. I honestly thought Stardew Valley was like a child-friendly game. And like, it wasn't that sinister. But some of the poor people in Pelican Town are very traumatised little beings. And I feel so bad for them. Oh, I will have a look. Next time I have the spoons for a new game, I will keep that in mind. I feel like I was saying something and I've lost track of my thought. Brain fog, how dare you. Yeah, like some of the people, like Stardew isn't as wholesome as it looks. There are some damaged beans in there. And some very sassy people. Yeah, like, have you played Subnautica? Or any of the Subnauticas? I absolutely adore Subnautica 1. Like, I can play that till the cows come home. And I do want to do like an ASMR cozy playthrough of Subnautica, because you can turn yourself invisible from like the monsters and stuff, so it's a little bit less spooky and jump scary. But there's so much lore in Subnautica, and I've never read all of it. So it'll be mostly like exploring, base building, and reading lore. ASMR Nautica, yeah. But like, I've tried multiple times to go and play Subnautica Below Zero, which is the sequel to Subnautica. And I don't know what it is about Below Zero that is just not the vibe. Like, I think they tried to make the map a little bit too big, because you have land and underwater, and then the storyline is actually really short. I won't spoil it in case you want to go and play it, but compared to the first Subnautica, yes, it does fill in some kind of lore information about Altera, and maybe once they've fully done Subnautica 2, it will fill in some gaps in the lore, or lead on fairly well to Subnautica 2 lore. I'm not super sure, but like, I just cannot get myself to fully play Below Zero. But yeah, I don't know if it's because the story is just meh. Like, it's still a gorgeous game, but I also have a fear of like being underwater and getting stuck under something. I had a bit of a traumatizing experience as a child. Nearly drowned under one of those really big like rectangle floaties. Oh, honestly, I do recommend the Subnautica games. They are stunning, and the first one is just chef's kiss. If you don't like the jump scares and stuff, honestly, just turn yourself invisible. There is no wrong way to play a game, and if you don't enjoy the slight horror aspect of a game, and you can turn it off, then turn it off. Like, it doesn't change the play experience. It's very similar to peaceful mode in Minecraft. Apart from the monsters still spawn and you can hear them, but they just ignore your existence. They just fully ignore you. You can still go up and scan them and things. You just do, was it shift? And then one of the asterisk keys above escape. As a circuit, you do totally understand the water, but yeah, so it might be why I can't fully get into Below Zero, because some of it does involve going under icebergs and things like that. But honestly, I do recommend Subnautica. Like, if you're a cozy gamer, I still recommend it. Just make yourself invisible, just look up console commands, and literally the command is just invisible. Oh, my neighbours are being noisy. Oh, my cat has the zoomies. What's the time? Oh, it's 1:10. Me losing track of time. It doesn't happen with the invisible cheat. Max difficulty no box. The thing is, I will not judge anyone for playing a game however they want to play it. Because there's, like, especially like if you deal with anxiety, being able to turn a game you want to play into a peaceful game is huge. But I'm pretty sure being invisible doesn't affect it. The only thing it does is makes the sea creatures, well, the hostile sea creatures, ignore your existence. So like in Below Zero, for example, hey Dragon, how you doing? In Below Zero, there's a creature called the sea monkey, and they can sometimes, they're a passive mob, but they will bring you something. They still do that, even if you're invisible, so it doesn't really affect any other mechanic in the game. You need to play your last big cozy game. No Man's Sky. Nice. Yeah, I'm very much in WoW, Subnautica, and Stardew Valley currently. And they are my three mains. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna burp again. It's stuck. The burp is stuck. Oh, that's painful. You're good, I'm glad. Oh, you got great news, Dragon. What was that? Oh. Does anyone else ever get burp stuck in their chest? Again, this is a connective tissue issue thing.